of the New Jersey Orators Orange Chapter. Today, I will be competing in the category of Original Oratory. The essay that I have written has been inspired by the many cases of police brutality and deaths that I have seen on the news. Because of these deaths, I have been taught how to behave, react, or respond if I am ever pulled over by the police. Even though it may not seem important to me, as an 11-year-old, it is. I need to know that black people are getting killed more than 2 times the rate of white or Latino people. Black people killed by the police are also significantly more likely to be unarmed. So what does this mean? It means that if I am ever detained by a police officer and I am just hanging out with my friends, I better know what to do. But most importantly, what not to do. And now, stop! Police. Now what? Michael Brown, 18 years old, shot and killed by the police. Eric Garner, father of 6, grandfather of 3, choked to death by the police. Tamir Rice, 12-year-old boy, shot and killed in Cleveland, Ohio, by the police. Too many names to name. Killed by those who are supposed to protect and serve. Because they lost their lives, I had to learn what I should do if I am ever pulled over by the police. How can I make sure that I make it back home to my parents and my friends? There are many things about what you should do if you were ever pulled over by the police. But first, let me tell you what not to do. Don't show attitude. I know you don't want to be disrespected, but the main point is that you focus on making it back home safely. Do not ignore what they tell you to do. Even if you haven't done anything wrong, it is important that you focus on resolving the issue. Do not start reaching in your pockets for anything, such as your wallet or your license or in your glove compartment for your registration. You might want to be sure to wait until you are asked so that the officer is aware of what you are looking for. He or she may be thinking that you are trying to reach for a gun if you do this without permission. Certain actions and behaviors can also make a cop think that something is wrong. For instance, slowly lowering your shoulders can make them think that you are trying to hide something under the seat if you do this before you were told to do it. And now, here's some things about what you should do. If the police are following you with their sirens blaring and their lights flashing, pull over to the right, safely and quickly. Turn on your blinker to indicate any lane changes and slow down. If you are not in a car and you are just hanging out, stop what you are doing. By stopping as soon as you can, you have a better chance of knowing where the officer says you committed a violation. After you have pulled over to a safe spot, you also want to be sure that you are polite. Roll your window down, all the way, and give the officer your complete attention. You may also want to turn the engine off as well. No other conversation should be made between you, your friends, or your passengers. Place your hands on the steering wheel. If it is dark, turn on the interior light. You should know that if a cop has any reasonable suspicion that you are armed and dangerous, he or she can frisk you. If he or she believes that you or any of your passengers are involved in any criminal activity, they can search your car and everything in it. Even if the cop doesn't have any reason to reasonable suspicion. Even if the cop doesn't have any reasonable suspicion, they can seize any illegal objects in plain view. No matter the circumstance, comply and make it back home to see another day. While there are many police officers who are nice, and I personally have some in my life. My uncle is a detective, my sensei is a deputy director of the North Police Department, and another one of my uncles is a retired police officer. And there are many others that I do not know. But if you happen to come across one of those who are not so nice, please take my advice and make it back home safely. I have just shared with you a few things about what you should do if you're ever pulled over by the police. I hope that you have heard something that you can use if you are ever in this situation. And once again, my name is Darren Edward Burton II, and I have just recited to you, stop, police.